Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I have decided to start a video series on WordPress, the installation process of WordPress and how it can be customized to make websites. Now, what exactly is mean by the customization is actually customization means that how we can change the color schemes and different objects available on the page to make it look like more user friendly and more attractive to the eyes. So for that we will learn the customization of the WordPress, but first in our first lesson we will start by seeing the requirements of the WordPress installation, and once we will download all these things, then we will think about how to make a website using these things. Now, first of all, what is WordPress? WordPress is a CMS. CMS means content management system. Now it's a system, or it's a framework which is basically used to make websites, and using this content management system or CMS, we can easily put the content into the site, put the images into the site, or we can easily modify the existing images on the site. Now, to actually install the WordPress, we need web server. Web server will provide us the environment on which WordPress can run. So we'll go for, we'll copy this thing, we'll go for now here we have the site from where we can download WAMP. We'll go for download. If your operating system is 64-bit, you need to download this file, otherwise you can click on 32-bit. My system is 32-bit, so I will click here on 32-bit, and I'll see this form. Instead of filling up this form, I'll just click on this link and it will take me to this page, and as this countdown will complete, it will give me the download dialog box. From here I can click on save file and it will start downloading the WAMP server. Because I have already started the download process, so I don't have to click on the save file, and I'll click cancel from here. And because I have already clicked, it is already downloading, and it's a huge one, 435 MB, so it will take a long time to download for me. But if your internet connection is faster, you can download it very quickly. Now the second thing required is the WordPress itself. Now to download WordPress, you need to go to this link, and as you come here, you'll see a button on the top right, Get WordPress. You will click on this button. It will take you to this page, the download page. Here you can see is the link, download and install. I will click on this link and get this button, download WordPress 5.9.3. So I will click here and it will start downloading WordPress. But because I have already started downloading process, so I don't have to click here, and it is already started. But you have to click on this button to download WordPress, and once the process of download is complete, then we will start installing the WordPress. Okay, finally we managed to download WAMP server and WordPress on our system. Now we will start installation of WAMP server. Here I have placed this WAMP server in my softwares folder. Now I'll start by right clicking and run as administrator. Yes. Language we selected is English. We have English and I think French as options, so we'll select English. Okay. Installation of server is allowed without guarantee for it installation. Okay. Accept agreement. Next. Now I will install it in D drive instead of C drive. The purpose of installing it in D drive is that in C drive we already have the Windows files, and a lot of C drive is occupied by Windows original files. So if I install this web on the C drive, then there are chances that it will run slightly slower as compared if I install it on D drive, because on D drive I have more space as compared to C drive. So I'll go for D drive. Next, and here it is asking me the PHP versions. So I think I have to select the most advanced one. So I have selected 7.3.33. This is 60.7 MB. What else is available? MySQL is already selected, that's why. This is, I don't know why it's selected, but for me it's not required. Only thing required is MySQL and this PHP. Now I will click next and menu 32, next, and install. Now it is installing web server. As it completes, then I will resume my video from that point. Okay, web server is installed now. We are going to run it for the first time. So I'm clicking on start menu, and from here web server 32. Now it is asking me for permission. Yes. Now as you can see, here's web server icon appeared in the system tree. This is red right now. Now as it is configuring itself, now it will become orange, and then later on when it's completely ready to start, it will become green. Now this icon is orange, and after some time it will be green. Now this is green. Now web server is ready to go. We'll click on web server, and all services are basically the required services are already started, but we'll go for localhost. Okay, as we have clicked on localhost, we are the web server opened this page. This is the localhost page of the web. Now what we have to do is we have to install WordPress now. To install WordPress, we'll go for the file, the folder that we have downloaded, this one. This is the WordPress.zip that we have downloaded from WordPress.org. We will right click on this file and select extract files, and extract all the files here in the same folder. This is the extracted folder from this zip. Now I will open this folder and here is the WordPress. Inside this folder I'll open this WordPress folder as well. These are the files of WordPress. These are all the files of the WordPress that are required to install WordPress. Now what I will do is I will just select all and copy these from here, and right click and copy. I'll come to D drive, web folder where I had installed web. Now this is the www folder. This is the folder which is this. For example, the localhost comes to this folder. Now here in this folder I will create a new folder called first project. I have already created this folder, so I will not create this folder again, but you have to create, right click and new, and create a new folder called first project. First project is the name, that is, you can say, easy to remember for me. You can give it any name, but I'm giving it first project name. Now in this first project, I'll paste all the WordPress files that I have copied from where I have downloaded them. Now these are all the WordPress files that were required to run WordPress. Now at this stage, we must understand that WordPress is a combination of two things. One is these files. Number two is a database. Database will be you can say storage, where we will store all the pages and posts and everything, and image names, and all the stuff is stored in the database. And these are the files which are used to get the information from the database and display them onto the site or onto the page. Now in the next step, we will have to create a database. To create a database, we will come to the localhost, and on the localhost we will click on phpMyAdmin 5.1.1. Sometimes it asks for username and password, so the username for this phpMyAdmin is root. I am writing it down here on this text document, and I will provide this username in the description of the video. So now here we have the phpMyAdmin open. phpMyAdmin is the interface from where you can actually manage your MySQL database. Now we have to do two things. One thing is we need to create a database, and second thing, we need to create a user to handle that database. Now we can do it in two steps, or we can do it in one step. Both the things can be done in a single step. You have to go to user, you will go for add user. The user name, the user of the database name would be data user, you can say. You can give it a more complicated name, but for me, now you have to select local, and it will give localhost here as the host name, and then you give a password. So the password can be first data pass $sign. First data pass $sign. Okay. Here I have given a password. You can actually instead of typing it here, you can actually generate a more complex password to use as the database password, but because we are using it for learning purposes, so I'm giving it a simple username, simple password and username. You need to actually keep these things with you as well in a file. I'm copying this username. Now I'm copying this username. This is the database username, so I'll copy. I am copying username is equal to this one, that the password is. I forgot the password, so I'll generate a password, copy this password, copy and paste it here in this file to remember it, and at the same time I will paste it here and here. Now this is our password, and I have stored it in my file as well to reference it later on. Save. Okay. Now username is data user, host name is localhost, password is this one. Now I have to do two things. One is I will check this box, create database with the same name and grant all permissions. So this is what I was telling you, and instead of creating database and user in two steps, we will create both in one step, and here is the way to do it. Then grant privileges, all privileges on wildcard, so I'll click it on grant all, check all. Now these are all the permissions that are granted to this user, the data user, and I'll click go. Now the database is created, data user, and the user is created all at the same time. Now what we will have to do is we will have to come to the localhost. So I click here and click on localhost. Here is my localhost. Now I'll write down the name of the folder in which I kept my WordPress files. So the name is first project. First. Okay, as I typed this thing, brought me to this page. I'll select the language English, then next. Here it requires the database name and the database username, password, and the host name. So that's why I told you to make the database first, database and the user, because it is required in installing the WordPress. So before going for the installation of WordPress, we have to actually make a database and the user. Now I'll click on let's go. Here I will give the database name. The database name is this one. Copy. I'm pasting it here. Same name is for the user. Copy. The same name is for the user. We have the password here. This is the password, database password. Copy and password. Now localhost is the host name, as I told you during the process, and table prefix is wp underscore. This is the prefix. Wp underscore will be given before all the page names or all the table names. Now I am clicking submit and run installation. Now it is asking me for the site title. So the title of the site will be, I can say it's first FIRST, first site or first project. This title will be given in place of the logo or in place of the title of the pages. Then the user to log in. Normally we give it a different name than admin, because admin is the most frequently used username, and if hacker tries to hack your site, they always try for the username admin first. So but for now I'll give the username admin, and the password can be a simpler one or a complex one, because we have already created a complex password for the database. So I'm using the same password instead of creating a new one. Here I can give the password email address. This can be any of your email addresses. It can be a Gmail address, it can be a Yahoo address or something. Such visibility discourage search engines from indexing the site. Now because we are making it on localhost, so we can tick this, but if we tick this and we forget to uncheck it when we are transferring, that can be dangerous for the site. But for the time being, I'm checking it and create install WordPress, update and store the password at the same time. And log in. The username is admin and the password is this one. It brought us to the login page. Now this is the username that we have recently created, and this is the password, and I am clicking on login. And here we are. Now the site has been created for us, and this is the dashboard, WordPress dashboard, from where we can actually manage the site. If we want to see what is on the front end of the site, so we can come here and right click and open a new tab. This is the front page of the site. So that's it. This is how we can install basic WordPress on our localhost. Thank you. In the next lesson, I will show you what this dashboard is and how these things can be used to further modify your site, and what exactly these things do to support or to help us create or manage site easily. Thank you so much. Bye for now.